There's an old gal in Muskogee County who needs a new home. She's lived down this gravel road for 98 years, and wet or dry, she's always been there when people drive by. As they pass, they can often hear her bones rattle. She's the historic Cloud Creek Bridge near Boynton. Now, some would argue she's past her prime, her skin's a little rusty, her nails need a manicure, and some of her wooden beams have warped or rotted away. But all in all, there's still a lot of life in this old girl, according to ODIE Smith of the Boynton Historical Society.
As far as being strong, there's nothing wrong with the bridge.
The bridge has been a lifelong friend of Dolores, his wife and love of 59 years. Both have crossed it more times than they can count, but for Smith, one particular crossing stands out. It happened when he was a young man. He and a friend decided to get a little crazy and daring by crossing the length of the bridge on top of its iron arches.
But when we got here, silly like, he got on one of them managers and I got on another, and we stood up and walked across there.
In the fall, the State Department of Transportation will replace this old one-lane wood and iron bridge with a modern paved two-lane version to make getting across less of an adventure.
You know why they're having to replace these? Farmers anymore don't just have a 12-foot disc and stuff. They've got big, wide equipment, and they can't get across these bridges.
And while ODOT believes in progress, it doesn't want to demolish this bit of Oklahoma history. The Cloud Creek Bridge is one of the last remaining examples of what's called a curved-top pony truss design. That makes it potentially eligible for the National Register of Historic Places. So ODOT would rather give this bridge away free to anyone who'll take it to avoid tearing it down.
As with everything in life that's free, there's a catch. In this case, yes, the bridge is free, but you will have to pay to dismantle her and haul her away.
ODOT hopes the bridge will catch the fancy of a golf course, park, or recreation area that can refurbish it for a pedestrian or bicycle bridge. Smith has a hope of his own.
We would like to have it.
He says in these tough economic times, the Boynton Historical Society just doesn't have the funds to pay to move it into town. However, it would be happy to have someone donate the cost to keep this old girl near those who have known her and loved her all their lives. Near Boynton, I'm Cathy Tatom, the Oklahoma News Report.